Is my voice clear?
Yes,
Can
sir.
anybody come? Yeah. Oh, okay. Right. I'll start the class. So previously, it was discussed on. Once more, is it clear? The voice is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. So now, so we talked about the fins in the last class, right? This is the physical structure of the rectangular fin, which we have derived the mathematical equation, some mathematical equation, right? The qx is equal to minus k into area of cross section and this, right? This is the heat influx we can say, and again heat efflux we can do it with the help of this. This is the heat efflux. At the same time, this is the fin, right? So here, if I consider this element, here this is qx, and this one is the qx plus dx. I already talked, and this one is the convection. These two are right angle to each other. For example, if I take this as an element, and here it becomes the in, and this is out, and this is also out. So that is the reason this equation is written, right? So after substituting in this all and using the Taylor's expansion, right, the mathematical application, right, we'll get a simplified equation. We'll go through this. Already I have provided this also in previous, right? This simplification is in your hand. Nothing to explain here. This is not concept-oriented mathematics. Right? This is the simplification mathematics. If A is equal to B plus C is given and some values are given, asked you to use the Taylor's expansion, and then based on that basics you need to derive this equation, right? So now after that, after the simplifying this, you got this equation: d square t by dx square in minus hpk into area of cross section into t minus ta. Ta is nothing but T infinity. Ta we can say ambient temperature, we can say it is T infinity, it doesn't matter, right? So but here, what does it mean actually? So what is this H? The H is nothing but the convective heat transfer coefficient, this H. P is nothing but perimeter. Already I have given the notations at the end, at the beginning of this fins. K is the thermal conductivity of material. A is the cross sectional area, right? T is the temperature at any distance, let us say at a distance x, and A is nothing but the ambient temperature. We don't know what is the temperature at some x distance. It has some temperature, right? So this is the equation. After simplifying this, what will you get? See here, we can say theta x is equal to theta Tx minus T infinity. That means the temperature excess. Theta indicates here the temperature excess, right? The temperature excess is nothing but it is the difference of the temperatures. That is T at a particular distance x minus T at a particular distance x minus T infinity, right? So for example, if I differentiate this term, so whatever this term is there, I differentiate, let's say, right? So dt by dx is equal d theta by dx is equal to dt by dx, since this is T infinity, so that is constant, right? So I can calculate, I can put in place of dt by dx, I can write dt by dx after differentiating this equation. Again, if I differentiate the same equation, so whatever I got this, whatever the equation which I have got, if I differentiate for this again, then I get this as d square t by dx square. So I can write this as d square t by dx square. That means this I am introducing the temperature excess. The temperature excess is nothing but a difference of temperatures at a distance x minus T infinity, right? So I am differentiating this. That means in place of d square t by dx square, I can put d square theta by dx square. That is the intention here. Intention of differentiating this, right? From this equation, let us say 1, in this equation, in place of this, I can substitute the theta, because I assume this is temperature or excess, right? So in place of this, I can put this value as d square t by dx square I got, right? So this is the differential equation which I have got, right? So you don't need to worry on it, since in place of in place of this, the m was introduced here. The m is constant, that m is equal to root over hp by k into area, the cross sectional area. Nothing new. This m is nothing but a constant that will be calculated using this formula. Just keep in mind, because for simplification purpose, because every time we cannot put this into differential equation, so we are generating a constant. That constant has put here, right? So after this, what we have to do? This is the differential equation. For this differential equation, this is the famous differential equation: d square y by dx square minus some constant into y is equal to 0. We get some solution. That solution also you have seen. This is the solution. So the second order differential equation solution. For this solution, for this is what it called theta is equal to, because y is equal to c1 into e power mx plus c2 into e power minus x. In place of y, the theta was replaced, right? So I know that theta is nothing but again t minus t infinity. T minus t infinity. Tx, not tb or to. This is tx, that's all. T minus t infinity is equal to c1 into e power e. How did you get this equation? From the differential equation, you got this. Whatever basic mathematics you learned in your first year level, for the general solution for the differential equation, right? This is the differential equation. This is the Finn general solution, because the C1 and C2 are the constants. The C1 and C2 are the constants. Our intention is to avoid these constants. As I discussed in the previous topics, boundary conditions are important, right? So the initial one boundary condition is confirmed, that is this one. This is same for all. Theta is equal to theta naught, right? Theta naught is nothing but t naught minus t infinity. Why theta naught it is? That is important, right? For example, this is the fin. At the fin base, at x is equal to 0. That means in this equation, this is x, right? In this x, we are putting 0. That is the reason it is 0, right? That is the, I meant to say this is theta x. Let us assume theta x. At x is equal to 0, I put 0. This becomes t0. Or sometimes instead of this t0, we can put b, because base temperature, fin base temperature. This is the base temperature, right? At x is equal to 0, theta is equal to, this boundary condition is common to all three cases, right? Now we have to derive the temperature profile equation. This is the equation in terms of temperature. Theta is nothing but temperature equation. I will tell you the easiest methods, right? I don't want to discuss elaborately, because this is the hands-on experience. I provide you whatever the sufficient what is called stuff, right? With that you have to practice it. Then only you will get, right? So there are three cases. This is the equation. This is the general equation for all three equations. So using all the three cases, by using these three cases, we have to find out C1, C2. First case, what is C1, C2? Second case, what is C1, C2? Third case, what is C1, C2? Those, our intention is that. The first case is if the fin is infinitely long. That is case 1. If the fin is insulated, that is short fin. Not is a too much long fin, but it is a short fin. For example, I don't know, this is the infinitive. That is infinitely long case. But when we come to the short fin, it has some finite length, and this tip is insulated. End of the tip is insulated. At the same time, second case, the fin is finite length. At the same time, there is no insulation. This insulation will be removed. Right? Those cases we have to discuss. Right? Only thing is, you need to find out the C1 and C2. Very easy, dead easy. Don't bother about it. Don't need to worry about it. At the same time, when you see the equation, you get fear. I know that. I can understand. but nothing complicated there. You can do it, right? So now let us see the case one. Case one, the fin is infinitely long. That means this is the base temperature. See here the T naught is given, right? So here somewhere T is equal to T infinity. Infinitely long means the temperature profile is coming down like this, right? So this is the fin structure. This is the first case, right? In the first case, what are the boundary conditions? That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about, right? So the boundary conditions are very essential. Unless you know the boundary conditions, you cannot solve the issues, solve the problems, right? So the boundary conditions for the case one, at x is equal to 0, t is equal to t naught. We know because at x is equal to 0, the t is equal to t naught, base temperature. Or I can write TB, doesn't matter. If I use that B, base temperature, T naught at 0, at x is equal to 0, both are same, right? So that is one boundary condition. Keep in mind, this boundary condition is common for all three cases, right? If you know T is equal to T0, I can calculate the temperature excess, as I explained in the previous slide. Theta, that means theta naught. Simply I can write theta is equal to theta naught. See, this is the case. At x is equal to 0, the boundary condition is theta is equal to theta naught. That boundary condition is same for all cases. Because at the base, the boundary condition doesn't change. These three cases are being varying with respect to, three cases are varying with respect to their boundary conditions. Second boundary condition. The second boundary condition at x is equal to infinity. That means at x is equal to infinity length, we don't know. At x is equal to L. The T is equal to T ambient, retaining the ambient temperature here as it's seen. That is the boundary condition, right? So if you know this boundary, this entire story depends upon the boundary conditions. If you substitute the first boundary condition in the equation, which equation? In this equation, theta is equal to C1 into e power mx plus C2 into e power mx. In this equation, if you substitute, you will get the constants C1 and C2. You will get the constants C1 and C2. Right. If you see here, see if you apply the first boundary condition in the main equation, you will get this, right? If you apply the second boundary condition, you will get this. That means x is equal to 0, theta is equal to theta naught. I know theta is equal to some C1 into e power mx plus C2 into e power minus mx. In that, if you substitute this boundary condition, you will get this equation. If you substitute the boundary condition, you will get this equation. Sorry, first boundary condition you will get this. Second boundary condition, second boundary condition you will get this something. Right. So it's very simple steps only. Just substitution and this. Right. Using first boundary condition, this is the thing. Second boundary condition, I got C1 is equal to 0. Right. If I substitute this C1 here, I'll get C2. That C2 is this. Right. I know both C1 and C2. So that I can calculate this. How did you get this? That's important. So here I can go back to that slide. C1 is equal to 0, C2 is equal to theta naught. See here, C1 is 0, so this entire term becomes 0. C2 is equal to it has some value, right? So theta is equal to theta naught. Theta is nothing but T minus T infinity, right? So in that way, because I have to derive the temperature profile, that's the reason I got this. Theta naught into e power mx, right? If you substitute C2 is equal to theta naught, C1 is equal to 0, and you will get this. After solving, you will get, don't worry. Right? This is the equation. I know that theta is equal to this. At the same time, theta naught is equal to T naught minus T infinity. Keep in mind. T naught minus T infinity. All these equations are given in your data book. I tell you the usage of data books only. You don't need to remember, because the coming equations, if you see how to remember these long equations, no, you don't need to remember any equation. You must know how to derive it. Right. So what does it mean? That theta naught indicates t naught minus t infinity. Here it doesn't mean that it is x, dx only. That means you have to find out the tx, you know t infinity, you know t base. That means if you have like this, the long thing, the base temperature is known, the T infinity is known. At a particular distance, you need to find out the temperature. That temperature is Tx, right? So this is the, after simplifying, this is the temperature profile. Because I brought down this T naught minus T infinity in the left side of this equation. So that you will get this e power mx. What is m? M is equal to root over k into m is equal to hp by k, right? H into root over hp by k into area of cross section. So this is the case one. There are two derivations we have to derive here for three cases. This is temperature profile equation. Then we have to go for the heat transfer. Fin means heat transfer allowed, right? So Q fin is conduction. We know that conduction K into area into dt by d at x is equal to 0. At x is equal to 0 at base, right? So you know the T equation T from the previous slide, that is t minus t infinity divided by t naught minus t infinity is equal to e power mx. అందులో t find out చేస్తారు. That means tx. T indicates tx here. So that value is this. After differentiating and substituting 0, you will get this. This t is from temperature profile of the Finn equation. After solving this, you will get this. Don't worry, this equation is also available in data. Right? You have to know how to derive it. So there is another way of calculating this heat transfer. Either you can calculating with respect to conduction, another way you can calculate using the convection. As I said in the beginning of the Finn class, this h into area indicates here perimeter into dx. Okay, perimeter into that particular distance, whatever we have assumed this distance dx in the Finn, right? After, even though if you substitute, because infinity long thing, 0 to infinity, after doing this, you will get the same. Q fin is equal to root over hp into k into area of cross section. The same things you have to do for other cases also. Because see here, this is the infinitely long Finn case. The step one, I repeat again. The step one, you need to take the boundary condition. First boundary condition is common for all three cases. Only thing is the second boundary condition. First boundary condition, if you substitute C1 plus C2 is equal to theta naught. That's all. C1 plus C2 is equal to theta naught, because theta is equal to theta naught and x is equal to 0. Right? If you substitute that, the first equation, the first C1 plus C2 becomes the same for all. Right. After that, substitute the C1, C2 in the general equation, general solution. That is, theta is equal to C1 into e power mx plus C2 into e power minus mx in that equation. That equation also will be used for other two cases. Only thing is boundary conditions will change. Right? And after that, you have to calculate the Q fin after attaining this temperature profile here. From here, this temperature you need to calculate. That means this need to be bring this side plus TA plus e power mx into t naught minus TA. The same thing we can substitute there. See here, that means the step is not given here, but directly has differentiated. Right? After differentiating with respect to x, the infinity becomes 0, and this simple differentiation, substitute x is equal to 0. As it is, why it is x is equal to 0, the conduction is from base. That is the reason we have to take the x is equal to 0. Right? In another way, we can, I said this is the method, convective rate of flow. This method also will get the same. Root over hpk into t naught minus t infinity, root over hpk into t naught minus t. This is the infinitely long case. Next, when you come to the second case, what does that is? For example, see, this is a finite length, not infinity. Not infinity, like x is equal to infinity we have taken in the previous case. But here it is not infinity. At the same time, it has finite length. And at this tip, it is insulated. That means insulated means there is no transfer of heat. It is like this. Right, let us say this is the fin base and this is insulated. This tip is insulated like this. Here, there, the heat transfer is 0. Q is equal to 0. There is no heat transfer. So that is the thing. So here, only thing is the boundary condition changes a little bit complicated calculation. There's some simplification only. At x is equal to 0, theta is equal to theta naught. I said these are the same boundary condition for all cases, right? And another thing is, at x is equal to L, dt by dx is equal to L. That is the boundary condition. At x is equal to L, at a finite length, dt by dx, the change in the gradient is 0. Temperature gradient is 0 here because it is insulated. There is no other transfer of energy to outside. The gradient is 0 here. That is the reason at x is equal to L, dt by dx is equal to 0, we need to substitute. That is the boundary condition. So with this small change, the equation will be big equation. With a small change of this, the equations will be very big. See, this is the first case. We don't need to worry on it. Right, C1 plus C2 is equal to theta naught. That is the first boundary condition. If I substitute, you'll get it. Right. Next, listen carefully because the second case and third case is similar. Because in the second case, dt by dx is equal to 0. In the third case, dt by dx is not equal to 0. That's all. That is the difference. That means in place of 0, some value is there. How that value you will get, I will explain. Okay. So the dt by dx is equal to 0. Be very careful. Listen carefully. So this equation, this is common, I said. So from this equation we have to attain, right? So differentiate this equation with respect to x. Anyway, the parameter is x, so definitely we have to differentiate with respect to x, right? So here, if you differentiate with respect to x, you will get this. dt by dx is equal. Why we have to differentiate? Because our boundary condition with dt by dx is equal to 0, right? So now, where the dt by dx is equal to 0, at x is equal to L. Keep in mind, you should not substitute 0. At x is equal to 0, you should not substitute. As per our boundary condition, at x is equal to 0, we have to substitute dt by dx is equal to 0. Right. So now, this is the condition we obtain, and then after that, dt by dl you are supposed to calculate. That means this is the, after differentiating this, you got this equation, right? dt by dx at x is equal to L means wherever x is present, we substitute the x, right? dt by dx at x is equal to L is equal to 0. This is our boundary condition, right? That means substitute dt by dx at x is equal to L. In place of L, x, we put L. Here also in place of x, we put L and equate it to 0. This is the satisfaction of the final satisfaction of the boundary condition. Right. What does it mean? M gets cancelled because it is equating to 0 both sides. So the final equation, after simplifying this equation, what I get? C1 into e power ml minus C2 into e power minus ml is equal to 0. But still I have constants here. This my original equation is this, right? From this, r theta is equal to C1 e power mx or plus C2 into e power minus mx. Right. So, but here also I have the what I call constants. In terms of constants, I am supposed to obtain the constants. For that reason, what we have to do is we need to attain C1 and C2. Remember this equation. From this equation, you get one value and then substitute so that you will get C1 and C2 values. I'll tell you how to do this. See here. In this equation, from equation 1, in this equation, C2 is equal to theta 2 minus C1. C2 is equal to theta 2 minus C1. Right. C2 is equal to theta 2 minus C1. From that, it has been written that C2 is equal to theta naught minus C1. Right. So this is from equation 1. This is One second. This is from equation 1. Now, the whatever equation I have got, I have to substitute here. The C2 is equal to theta naught minus C1. I am substituting in this equation. Right? So I get this C2 value. That C2 is C1 minus theta naught. That value I am substituting here. Right? So that what I'll get, the whatever values I get, that is in the form of only one parameter. Only one parameter. What is that parameter? What is that parameter? I can see, this is in terms of C1, this is also in terms of C1. Right? So if I simplify this, I'll get C1. This is very simple. This is very simple. You have to convert that. C2 is equal to, from first boundary condition, from the second boundary condition simplification, C2 value you have to substitute, so that here C1 is common. So if you take the common value C1, I get this C1. Right? If you substitute this C1 here again, you will get the value of C2. That is the value this. Right? So you know, simple, very simple simplification only. You have to put some effort for doing this. This is C1 and this one is C2. My main equation is theta is equal to C1 into e power mx plus C2 into e power minus mx. Theta x is equal to, or theta is equal to. So I need to substitute the C1 and the C2 values in that particular equation. Where? In this equation. In this equation I have to substitute. That means it is theta. Right. So this is the equation. If I substitute, again simplification. After substituting, you have to go for the simplification. Right. So C1, C2 we are substituting. Don't bother about this 2.1.31. Right. These two in this main equation, theta naught into e power mx. That means this is the C1 value. Sorry. Because this has been taken some other textbook source, so it by mistake it was there. Right. So theta naught into C1. C1 value is theta naught into this. C1 into e power mx plus this is C2 into e power mx minus mx. Right. So in both the cases, the theta naught is common. So I take it common and I took this side. Right. Again, after simplification, this is the temperature profile equation. How did you get this sin ml and cos ml? Again, you have to go for the mathematics. Right? That also I have provided in the next slide. Don't worry. Right? This is also given in the data book. What is the temperature profile equation for so and so? When the fin tip is insulated, then you're supposed to use this. Right. So now let me go to the next slide so that what you can understand. See, what is cos HML? That's what I showed you. This is the trigonometric relations. What is called trigonometric relations only. Right. Sin h functions, cos h functions we have studied already. Right. From that only it has been taken. Cos HML or cos hx. Cos hx is equal to e power x plus e power minus x divided by 2. Same formula I have applied here. Right? This is the thing. We obtain the temperature profile. Again, the heat transfer we need to calculate. This T need to be calculated. This T need to be deviated. Right? After substituting, again at x is equal to 0 because the heat transfer from the base. This equation is same. Right? After doing this, you have to get Q fin is equal to. I provide these slides. Do practice. Unless you do practice, there is no use, no meaning. You cannot perform in the exam as well. Right. So, what does it mean that T? See, this T you need to get it here. As I said, and this T need to be obtained. This one. Right. Substitute that T. Little bit difficult for differentiating. Be careful while differentiating. Right. After substituting this, you will get the necessary heat transfer. So substitute the t here, differentiate with respect to x, put in place of x is equal to 0, and do this. You see, the differentiation step also it is provided here. Right? So after doing this, you will get another. Right. I assign a work to you. The third case is quite similar. We people feel that quite similar means same control. If that is 0, the equation become easy. The C1, C2 calculation become easy. It has become easy. But when you substitute in place of dt by dx some value, it becomes more complicated. That is the third case. Right? So the heat is dissipating from the tip. In previous case, it was insulated like this here. But the same case, but the insulation is removing from, but the heat is being. Can anybody tell me? Unmute yourself and tell me. From this tip to this ambient, what is the mode of heat transfer? Yes.
Radiation.
No. I did not give any emissivity and all. I considered the H value, let us say H, convective heat transfer coefficient. Right? So definitely there will be convection heat transfer. As you said, there is possibility of being radiation also. That depends upon the temperatures and the surface geometry and properties that will be discussed in the radiation unit. Right? So that can be discussed, don't worry. Right? Now here to here it is convection. Right? So the, as I said, steady state it is, the conduction heat transfer is same. Whatever heat is being transferred from here to here is, here to ambient is same. In the previous classes also we discussed. Right? At this point, equal to minus k into area of cross section into dt by dx at x is equal to L at this point. Right? Is also equal to h into surface area into t minus t infinity. T minus T infinity, right? So this T is nothing but some temperature. I don't know what is the temperature. Surface temperature at this point, maybe at this point, or maybe at this point. This entire temperature is surface temperature. But I introduced here Tx at a particular distance. This T indicates Tx, right? So what does it mean actually? Why we have to go for this boundary condition, right? So now at dt by dx at L. First boundary condition is same. X is equal to 0, theta is equal to theta naught. Right? So here, for example, if it is like this is the case, let us assume. Right? From here it is dissipating. Okay. So whatever conduction heat transfer area and the convection heat transfer area, surface area and cross section area is same. This is a plane wall type. So these two gets cancelled. Right? So what is remaining here? dt by dx is equal to L. Right? At the same time, I can write this as theta because temperature excess, not theta x, I can write simply. Okay? So here dt by dx is equal to this is minus, right? Minus this minus I'm bringing this side, h theta by k. The k is coming like this. Right? At x is equal to L. At x is equal to L. Right. So this is the boundary condition we discussed. At x is equal to L, dt by dx is equal to 0 in previous case, as it is not dissipating any heat from the tip. Right. So now it is dissipating heat, so the equation is entirely changed. The boundary condition is changed. Right. What is the boundary condition? Minus dt by dx in place of dt by dx is equal to 0. The boundary condition was changed to dt by dx is equal to minus h theta by k at x is equal to L. That is the difference. This boundary condition is same. The first case boundary condition is same for all. Right. So that is dt by dx is equal to h theta by k. dt by dx is equal to h theta by k minus h theta by k. Sorry. Right. Now, same procedure you're supposed to do, but in place of 0, you put minus h theta by k. That is in your hands. Whoever will do on board or on screen, unless you practice, you cannot do it. Right. So what we did at dt by dx is equal to so and so. Right? At dt by dx is equal to this. From this equation, as previous procedure, dt by ds at x is equal to 0, at x is equal to L, we have calculated, right? But instead of this, we equate it to 0 in previous case. But in this case, we have some constant, we have some value, right? For that value, we have to, this is the way we have to calculate. Step by step procedure is been given, right? You're supposed to do it, right? Little bit time taking only, but it is not tough. It is not tough. Keep in mind, right? Again, C2 is equal to T1 or minus T1. In place of C2, I substituted this, right? Again, rearranged the equation. You got the C1 like big equation like this, right? C2, you'll get some other, because if you substitute this C1 here, you'll get C2, right? Next, after substituting the C1 and C2, you got the C2 value like this, and after substituting the C1, theta is equal to, in this case, theta is equal to C1 into e power mx plus C2 into e power minus mx. This one is the C1 value, and this two is the C2 value. Right? After substituting, you'll get the temperature profile like this. Same equation is provided in data book. Don't need to remember. It is difficult to remember even. I myself said, right? You don't, and it is not necessary to remember this equation. But when the derivation is asked to do, this is the procedure. You're supposed to do it, right? At the same time, you have to calculate Q fin. This temperature need to be obtained. This temperature is nothing but this, right? So this temperature is equal to this multiplication of this parameter plus this TL, because it is minus, it will come plus. If you differentiate, you see it is given clear. Differentiate dt by dx, because this big equation has given clearly step by step. Right, to avoid the confusion, I put this. Right, after differentiating and put x is equal to 0, then we will get the heat transfer like this. This is Q fin. Q fin is equal to this. Right. So in this way, you have to do the derivations. These are the three cases: the infinitely long fin and short fin, and the fin with short fin with insulation, short fin without insulation. There is one more topic in this: fin efficiency. What is fin efficiency? See the fin efficiency, right? The fin efficiency is nothing but actual heat transfer to maximum heat transfer, right? So actual heat transfer means it depends upon the type of fin. If it is infinitely long fin, we have to calculate Q fin, right? If it is short fin with insulated, if it is like this, right? Again, if the short fin is not insulated, the big equation just now we have seen in the previous slide. That means it is the ratio of heat transfer through fin divided by the maximum possible heat transfer. That is the efficiency of fin. So this is the maximum possible heat transfer, because throughout the perimeter and all we have calculated, as I explained. With respect to that, if you calculate, you will get the h into p into dx. I said, right? Dx for that element, for this particular element. But if you take the entire length, of a particular fin, that means throughout this length, what is the perimeter? That perimeter need to be substituted, right? That is the maximum heat transfer. This denominator part is same for all three cases. For this case also, and third case it was not shown, that also. Right. This is the fin, heat transfer through fin. So quickly, 1 minute. If there is any questions, let me know. If there are no questions also, let me know, because I have to move forward. So I provide this complete PPT today itself. I guess you got PPT, right? You students got the PPT? Somebody can respond. Did you receive the PPTs?
Yes, sir. First 2 units PPTs.
Yeah, right. No, this is also second unit part. There is another part also there. Okay, that also I'll share. Don't worry. Yeah. So this is the fin. Before discussing the fin problem, I'll quickly in 2 minutes I'll give what is the heat generation, right? So I'll move that. These are the problems and fins, which can be done easily. See, plane wall with uniform heat generation. ప్లేన్ వాల్లో ఈ టాపిక్ నేను అక్కడ తర్వాత డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం వెయిట్ చేశాను, రైట్? ప్లేన్ వాల్ విత్ యూనిఫామ్ హీట్ జనరేషన్, రైట్? సో హియర్ at this wall the temperature is this, at this wall the temperature is this. That means heat generation means the wall itself is generating some heat, right? That also we have to consider. In previous case we did not consider in the plain wall cases or cylinder cases or whatever it may be. What is the difference? I'll tell you. See, in this is the thing. d square t by dx square is equal to 0 we have done so far, right? We have done d square t by dx square we have done is equal to 0, but I did not consider this internal heat generation because the body itself have some internal generation. I am considering that also, right? Then the analysis is same whatever I have integrated in the what it call in the plane wall. The same procedure we have to do. We have to apply the boundary conditions at x is equal to 0, at x is equal to L. What is T? What is T1 and what is T2, right? But the thing is, here the temperature profile equation is not linear, as we discussed there, because it has x square, it has some x's and two arbitrary constants, right? To solve this, we have to use the again boundary conditions. That means if you integrate this, you will get this equation. If you integrate this again, we will get this equation. After substituting boundary conditions, you get some general solution, right? That is also provided at the end of this PPT, right? Step by step I have provided. That is very easy only, where the temperature is maximum also based on this temperature profile. If you see in this, here the temperature is maximum, here the temperature is minimum. The temperature will be keep on increasing and start decreasing, right? It is x is equal to 0 at a center line, that is called a center line temperature we call, that is maximum temperature if you consider the heat generation, right? So this will be more focused on your post graduation. Actually the little topic is given, the topic you can do it with this, you can try it, right? So by considering d square t by dx square plus qg by k, not only for this, for that also, which one whatever other cases, cylinder and spherical cases also, right? So you go through this. I have provided enough information here. I have provided enough information on internal heat generation. That is the other name of this heat source, right? That is very easy. Only thing is the qg by k will be added. The only thing is you need to put more effort for the simplification and calculation, integration and all, right? So if you don't mind, I'll take 10 more minutes to explain these problems. Those are very easy problems because I am supposed to go for the unsteady state conduction also, right? I don't take this much time to explain for this the fins, because there are a lot of things to discuss. Okay, for a better understanding, I am explaining this, right? So this is a problem. Keep in mind that if it is a long fin, he gives long rod like that, right? If it is a short fin with insulated, he will give in the problem itself. You don't need to worry about it. It is a short fin and it is insulated, and it is long fin. He gives, right? And the heat is being dissipating like that. He will be giving, right? If you see this problem, it is required to heat oil to about 300 degrees centigrade for frying purpose. A ladle is used in the frying. Gareta water fry cheyadam. right? The section of the handle is 5 mm and 18 mm. This is the size he has given, right? This size, this is 18 and this one is 5 mm. Next, this length is given 380 mm, right? If the temperature at a distance 380 mm, the 380 mm is nothing but some temperature is 40 degrees centigrade, right? From the oil, it should reach 40 degrees. Determine the convective heat transfer coefficient. If nothing is given, assume it is a long fin. Whether it is short fin or long fin, I don't know. Thermal conductivity of material is also given, right? The temperature is given. That means at the cooking part, base, this is the base temperature. I write T naught or TB, right? So, what does it mean? Let us see the solution side. Very simple, very simple. You understand the problem, apply the formula. That's all. See, I assumed infinitely long fin because nothing is given, but it has a certain length, long fin only. Let us assume. This is the temperature profile which I have derived. T naught is known. T ambient is also known, right? Tx is also known at a particular distance, x 380 mm. 380 mm. See, that x is also 380 mm. That is 0.38. You need to convert into meters, right? What you need to calculate here, m. M is a constant. This is m, right? I know m is equal to root over hp by ka, right? Perimeter I can calculate. Cross sectional area I can calculate, right? K is given. Only thing is h. That h is unknown. That's all. Very simple. The problem will be a little bit difficult. Reading problem is understanding is difficult, but when you confirm that this is a particular case, then it will be easy. You do the same problems which I provide, right? You do the same problems after this class so that you won't forget, right? So this is the h value. The h value is something watt per meter square. So repeat the efficiency once again. Yeah, the Q fin is nothing but it is the ratio of actual heat transfer to the maximum possible heat transfer. How much heat is being transferring due to conduction or convection? That is fin. We can calculate it in two ways. That is different case, right? From the particular K fin at x is equal to 0. Let us say it is at x is equal to 0. That is conduction at base. Right? What is the maximum heat transfer? It is possible through the fin. That means entire perimeter, entire fin. Through the entire fin, we have to calculate. Right? But the Q fin is different for different cases because as the boundary conditions are changing. But this won't change. This HPL won't change. Of course, it could, L is this length. Whatever length is given, that length we need to take. Right? So the maximum possible heat transfer is HPL by K. Sorry, HPL into T naught by plus TA. This is the maximum possible. The length varies, it doesn't matter. If it is a short fin, the length is different. If it is a long fin, the length is different. Right? That's what after solving this, you got this directly. You got this directly. Because the length, it is the max of lengths. Right? But in the third case, that is difficult to solve. That is the reason that did not put here. Because we have you have to get the efficiency back, right? So in this way, we can define that is the actual fin, the heat transfer through the fin for the cases, respective cases, case 1, case 2, and case 3. Infinitely long fin, short fin with insulated, or finite length fin with insulated, or finite length heat is being dissipated, right? Based on that, we have to calculate. And this case, this denominator part is through the surface. That is the reason the maximum possible heat transfer is there. Right. So this is first problem. Second problem, if you see, two long rods are at the same diameter. Keep the same problem. Infinitely long fin problem only. Right. One is made up of the brass, another one is copper. Right. This is the brass rod and copper rod. Their thermal conductivities are given. Let us assume K1 and the K2. Right? Both of the rods are exposed to the same environment. This is the environment. Right? At a distance 105 mm away from the furnace end, the temperature of the brass rod is 120 degrees. At a distance x, 120 degrees centigrade is given. At what distance from the furnace end the same temperature would be reached for copper rod? Right? I need to get the same 120 degrees centigrade for this. What is the distance? That is he asking. Because not same. Thermal conductivity of material is different, thermal conductivity of material is different. Right? So here I move to solution. Right? Ikkada choose gajibiji ayiponi avasaram ledu because this is the story of what we have done. Malli problem koncham ardham avudani pettanu. This is the story what we have done, that's all. Right? So infinitely long fin ki equation is it. That is the equation for infinitely long fin. Right? And after simplifying you will get this. Why to get this? That's important. At a distance x, so and so x for that particular rod is given, but the temperatures are not given, and he is asking you to calculate the temperature. Right? Now in the next slide you will see the solution for it. Right? See. At temperature Tx is equal to T20, this is the equation. And the equation మొత్తం మనం derive చేసాం. ఎక్కడ derive చేసాం? I am talking about this part. T is equal to, you focus on this. అంటే ఇప్పుడు at T is equal to X, 120 degrees centigrade. Ambient is same. Both are exposing, so I put this ambient is same. Base temperature is something. Let us say T0 minus T infinity. Base temperature is not given. E power minus mx. Right? This m will change, x will change because thermal conductivity is m is not equal to root over hp by k. X is distance when we are supposed to calculate. Right? For that reason, I am coming here. Right? See, in the first case, at 120 degrees centigrade, this is constant. I said base temperature is not given, so this difference is constant. E to the power of minus m1. I call this as m1 because thermal conductivities are different. E temperature daggara 105 mm ichchadu. That is one equation. Next, ide same temperature daggara ee length enta ani adugutunnadu. That is with respect to m2. Right. So if I substitute in place of this is m1 and given length for particular rod, m2 and calculated length, right? Because these two equations can be equated because this is 120 and this is 120. After equating, this part will be getting cancelled. The only thing is this will be remaining, right? So both sides, this also gets cancelled, minus also gets cancelled. This will get L is equal to m1 by m2 into this one. M1 is equal to root over hp by k1 into area. M2 is equal to hp by k2 into cross section because this h and perimeter doesn't change. Perimeter also he has not given you, right? So this is constant and this is also constant. This is also constant. Area of cross section also constant. Then I will get the relation between M1 M2 and K1 K2, right? So this is 2.1. M1 by M2 I can calculate because I know the two thermal conductivities. I can calculate M1 by M2. If you substitute this M1 by M2 here, you will get the value of L. That's all. That's the understanding of problem and simplification. ఇక్కడ అక్కడ సబ్మిట్ చేసి సింప్లిఫై చేసుకున్నాం. Right? So this is the case. And this is another problem. Find out the amount of heat transferred through an iron fin of length 50 mm, width 100 mm and thickness 100. Assume K is given and H value is also given. Right? For the material of the fin, the temperature base of the fin is 80 degrees centigrade base temperature. Also determine the temperature at the tip if the atmospheric condition is given. Assume this as short fin. He has not given, but it is a short fin actually. I did not do. Right? Short fin with end is insulated. Short fin, that condition I did not put here. Don't worry. Right? If that is the case is given, end is insulated, then we have to use this equation, Q fin. Right? And this is the temperature profile. At x is equal to L, I suppose to calculate. This is x is equal to 0. E length వరకు నేను find out చేయాలి. Half length, let us say L by 2. అంటే ఈ L x దగ్గర L by 2 substitute చేయాలి.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, we have class at 1 p.m.
Okay. Okay. Let us discuss in the next class then. Right? So there are two more problems. I'll discuss after discussing this problem. I'll go to next topic. Right? So I'll share this PPT to you. If you have any doubts, quickly ask in 1 minute. If you have any doubts. Yes? No doubts? Can I end this meeting? Shall I end this meeting?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you have no doubts, I'll end this meeting. Yeah, okay.